Welcome back to Roguelike Roulette, everybody. Xander here. You may have noticed I've actually removed a few games from the list. Been doing some thinking about, what kind of games I want to feature on here, and mainly just keeping like the format relatively consistent and all that. So we have removed from this point onwards Enter the Gungeon. We have removed Shotgun King, the final checkmate, and we have removed Pokemon Emerald Rogue from rotation. These might be games that get revisited in like a one-off stream somewhere later on down the line, but that leaves us with a selection of 6 games here. So we're going to roll to see which one of those 6 we will play here. And it's looking like Slay the Spire is up next. All right. I'll meet you over there. Okay. So we are back in Slay the Spire. Let me remember what character we're looking to play here. Okay, so we're looking to get a win on the Ironclad because it looks like we've got wins on the other 3 so far. That's right. Okay, let's get started. Let's take a look at our map here. I think random rare card is fine. Berserk is okay. Big priority is upgrading that ASAP. I think we can probably take this first elite fight as long as we get like a couple decent offensive cards. But yeah, let's get started. Berserk, by the way, gives you 2 vulnerable to yourself. So you take more damage from enemy attacks for 2 turns, but then from the next turn onwards, after you play it, you just get an extra energy to play with. So it's good in the long run. It's just, it can be a little detrimental if it keeps getting drawn at the wrong point. Anyway, so why did I remove the games that I did? Well, for Emerald Rogue specifically, it's because runs of that game are just too long to fit into this series, I think. Runs, even if I kind of speed through it without explaining a whole lot, tend to be like 4 hours-ish on the low end. And that's just not like in line with the other games in rotation here, and I didn't want to have one like awkwardly long 4-hour episode of this series as a whole. We'll take Headbutt here. Gungeon, I feel like overlaps pretty strongly with Isaac in like the kinds of audiences that it tends to attract. I don't mean that in a bad way or anything like that, because they're both great games, but they're both very similar games. And between the 2, I think I just enjoy Isaac more. Gungeon was probably the game that I enjoyed the least out of that whole list. And that's not to say it's a bad game or anything, but like I said, I just enjoy Isaac more between the 2, and I would rather get the chance to play Isaac over Gungeon like 90% of the time that Gungeon gets rolled. So yeah, and then Shotgun King, it's a fun game for like 1 or 2 episodes. It tends to get a little samey after a bit. And that's in part because it is just in general a much smaller game made by like one guy for a game jam. So I can't really fault it for that at all. And I mean, it is an incredibly fun game, but between that and just like general interest for the game kind of diminishing over time, I figured it would probably be best to phase that one out of rotation. But that might be a good like miscellaneous stream game. Like if I'm ever like running out of time to actually upload a full-length video, or if if I want to do some YouTube-y stuff on a day that like we don't need to upload anything, double tap is great here. Yeah, it could definitely be good for that, and honestly all of those games could be. So no ill will towards any of those games, and sorry if you're like a fan of any of those. I will keep the save files from all of those that we had started, but yeah, probably just won't be playing on them a whole lot. So that leaves us with Slay the Spire, obviously. Then we have Hades, we have Noida, we have Into the Breach, and FTL. I feel like I'm missing one. Can't think of what it is. Anyways, I'm just gonna play Berserk right now and just tank the damage. But yeah, those are all games that I feel very comfortable in. Like, they all have runs of similar-ish lengths, or at least there's not too much variance between all of them. So you get a consistent upload schedule and consistent episode length. And I just like consistency in my life. What can I say? And then on top of that, they're all games that I really, really enjoy. Hades probably is like the bottom of that list for me, simply because it is the one that I am the worst at. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game whatsoever. I mean, everybody and their mother talks about how good Hades is, and it's for a reason. But yeah, just not a whole lot of people talking about Shotgun King. I thought it was gonna stick around for a bit longer than it ended up sticking around for, unfortunately. At least in the public conscience. I'm gonna take Flex here. Flex works really well with multi-hit moves, and we do have Sword Boomerang. Want to get Berserk up there. Double tap is the next priority. Yeah, the double tap headbutt synergy is kind of fun because it lets you guaranteed get headbutt next turn if you want it. And now we have double tap headbutt next turn if we want it. Yeah, the upgrade for double tap makes it apply to the next 2 cards you play instead of just 1, so it's even more ridiculously strong at that point. Let's see here. See how that does. Okay, good. Avoid taking a little bit of damage there. Carnage isn't half bad. I could use the block from True Grit, but True Grit I think is only really worth it if you upgrade, because then you get to choose what card gets exhausted. And we just don't have that luxury right now, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't even have to worry about taking damage there. Nice. Yeah. One thing you'll probably notice about me in a lot of the games that we play, not just for Roguelike Roulette, but also just in general on this channel, is I don't like taking time to do math, and I trust my mental math abilities a lot more than I probably should. I think I'm fine not taking any of those. Rupture is good if you get a card for it to synergize with, but if you don't, then it is literally dead weight. Play Headbutt first so I don't draw any of my basic strikes, because honestly I don't want to redraw them. Okay. That's a decent setup. Okay, how does this work? So like if I kill with one hit, does it does not hit the other one. Okay, I was curious about that. I don't think I've ever run into that before. Okay, I kind of want to slow down on taking heavy hitting attacks for the moment, so I feel like I need to balance out my deck a little bit. Meal ticket basically pays for itself there. Nice. Yeah, we'll save the potions, I think. Okay. Doesn't really matter which one of these sentries I hit now. In general, you want to take out one of the outside ones first, because they, these guys alternate between attack and adding days, and when both of these guys attack on the same turn, it can kind of hurt. So, best to alleviate that problem as quickly as possible. Normally, I would go for whichever one has rolled the lowest total health, but Sword Boomerang RNG put them at the exact same amount of health, funnily enough, so does not matter. Yeah, in general, just focusing down one enemy is a really good strat in this game. Nice. Okay, question card is good. Do I take Shrug It Off or Second Wind here? Second Wind is way better once it's upgraded. Shrug It Off is good now. And also, there's no way that Shrug It Off like really screws me over when I draw it, right? Like, unless it draws like a bad card at an inopportune moment, but like that's way more likely to happen than having to exhaust a card that I would otherwise want to play. Take a little bit of chip damage here. This is so weird. Like, I'm so used to playing on higher ascensions just because that's normally like where I'm at progress wise. I don't want any of that, actually. A second Carnage wouldn't have been bad, but then you run into the situation where you draw both of them in the same turn, and then you can't play both of them. So it doesn't matter. Okay. I definitely feel like we have the damage to deal with this guy. That being said, okay, yeah, I'll take an Inflame. It's not bad at all. Well, now I have to play Carnage. Probably should have played Headbutt in a different order last turn. Let's take a Liquid Memories here. And we'll pull Shrug It Off again for next turn. But yeah, I think on Ironclad I'm up to like Ascension 10 or whatever, just casually. And so seeing maps that are not like chock full of elites is kind of funny, honestly. Don't get me wrong, I really do want Berserk, but that is a terrible card to play when you're getting hit by a multi-hit. So let's not. We'll flex, we'll double tap, we'll headbutt, draw double tap, we'll headbutt, and draw headbutt, I guess. Let's just play Distilled Chaos. Okay, sure. Yeah, Distilled Chaos was because I knew what was on top of my deck through Headbutt. Distilled Chaos was totally safe to play there, and I knew for sure that it would get him into defensive mode or whatever. I don't mind playing Carnage here. Like the chip damage kind of sucks, but remember I get a full heal after this boss fight, so it doesn't really matter as long as I win. Pull double tap again. I don't know what card we'll pull it with, but hopefully it's a good one. Okay, double tap Ash isn't bad. Boom, boom. Wait. Awesome. Doesn't matter as long as we live, me being a stupid, cocky little shit. Okay, let's try this again. Jeez, that was embarrassing. Remember when I said I don't like doing math? Okay, let's see here. Random rare card again. Again, it's Berserk. You know, it might as well be the same run. You didn't see anything the first time. I think we'll just book it straight for this campfire. Actually, it doesn't really matter. But this route doesn't force me to go through a shop that I won't have the money to take full advantage of, so let's go that way, I guess. Berserk would have been great to pull on this turn, by the way. Well, on the plus side, I don't have to explain how our Berserk card works here. I don't even know if it's worth playing, honestly. Like, just going for raw offense is probably better here and results in me taking less damage. I was gonna say, yeah, as long as I pull 2 strikes here, it doesn't matter. Okay, Spot Weakness is a new card for us that we just unlocked. If you play it while the enemy is intending to attack, then you gain 3 strength. Importantly, that card does not exhaust, which is kinda nuts. So it is infinite strength eventually, but like as you can see here, if we pull it at the wrong time, then it just doesn't do anything. So you have to have really good timing, or like headbutt would be really good for this if you know an enemy is going to attack next turn. Like I can play it here and we'll just hit block. No, okay, I can do that math. That math does not check out. Yeah, but you can see how that would get really good eventually, right? Let's do something crazy and take power through. Power through gives you just a ton of block, but it adds 2 wounds to your deck and they will stay there for the rest of the fight. Let's do that. Eat the 7 damage. Not the end of the world. So power through, not super necessary on weaker enemies. Here, you're just gonna clog up your deck with garbage if you go about it that way. But on heavier hitting enemies, can definitely be useful. We'll play it just to show, hey, look, 2 wounds. This obviously has synergy with cards that Ironclad gets that can exhaust cards in your hand. So like Second Wind, or hey, look, speaking of, yeah, Second Wind and Power Through is it's a pretty good combo, I'm not gonna lie. Is even if you don't necessarily pull them on the same turn, like the wounds that Power Through adds to your deck are gonna stick around, and so having a way to exhaust them is very nice. Of course, I pull both of my really good block cards on a turn when I do not need them. And now next turn, I will not have them. Well, I might get 1, because I've only got 4 in my draw pile here. Well, he is attempting to attack, so it works. I don't mind doing Power Through Second Wind here. Weirdly enough, I just want to get the wounds out of the way. But I didn't want to take more chip damage from this guy. Okay, so we're doing 13, so that's 26. We full block, we do a little bit of damage. Yeah. Hey, we got the thing again. Nice. We're almost there. Nice. Okay. All these cards are good. I think Shockwave is probably best for us here. The main downside of Shockwave is that it costs 2 energy, and we do have Berserk, so it's not impossible for us to be able to play it. Yeah. So Shockwave will apply 3 weak and vulnerable to all enemies, which is not an insignificant amount. Like 3 turns can last a while in this game. I mean, not in the literal sense because it lasts for exactly 3 turns, but you know what I mean. I don't love either of these. Anger wouldn't be half bad just to offset the wounds that we're adding to our deck with some kind of like useful card. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't hate it. I get a chance to do 2 upgrades here. So, I'm thinking Berserk and Spot Weakness. Spot Weakness raises it up to adding 4 strength. Shockwave is also another good contender, as is Second Wind. But Berserk, for sure, just to make it less risky to play in general. Yeah, okay. Take a little bit of damage here, not the end of the world. I do have to conserve my energy just a smidgen better than last run. We're actually going to wait here so we can get a better split next turn, hopefully. And by next turn, I mean this upcoming turn. Nice, okay. So we spot weakness here. Do a little angering. Nice. Didn't even split. Choose an attack or power, add a copy. Here's the thing is adding a copy of Berserk could actually be huge here. Because then we just go like heavy investment into draw, and then we just play like 8 cards a turn. And as long as we don't get Time Eater as our final boss, then we're set. Add 2 copies seems a little excessive for the moment. I'm gonna go with Spot Weakness here. Whetstone, not super awesome, but it is what it is. I say that because like ideally I would want to get rid of just all of my strikes in general. So like having them upgraded means I feel the need to hold on to them. I don't think I'm gonna Berserk there. And see, like, this is a situation where pulling Second Wind with, like, a couple, like, actually useful skill cards is kind of not ideal. I have been entangled. Cool. Good turn. I think we bash anger. Yeah, and that is enough. Sweet. Honestly, Warcry with the whole dual wield and Berserk needing to be in the same hand is like actually not bad. Although here we just get it. I'm gonna put one of those away for later. Get out of here. I'm not going to play the Berserk. I'm not going to do it. I need to wait for a turn where Jawworm does that. And you know what? Those turns do come around every once in a while. Block a couple, hit a couple. Not like hit a couple, like a married couple, but you know. As in multiple times. Oh, I could have just... whatever. I tend to do that sometimes where I get so focused on like blocking damage that I just forget that I can kill things. Huh. I don't think corruption is good here. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't really love any of these cards. Thunderclap could be okay just to get like a little bit more uptime on vulnerable, but like it's still not awesome. Getting the regen active on a fight that I assume will take a little bit. Just to get the most use out of it. We do a little blocking. Okay, so I didn't get the full use out of regen, but it's still not bad. Hot take, I don't like Ink Bottle. I think Ink Bottle just has a tendency to always happen at the wrong time. Remove a card from my deck. Yes, please. Goodbye. Okay. I just want to get that defend out of here. We also added a new card to the deck. Did you see it? It's Heavy Blade. Heavy Blade has like a decent starting damage, but probably not worth it for 2 energy. But whenever you gain a strength, that strength applies to Heavy Blade 3 times. And we do have a method of strength gaining. So Heavy Blade, after 1 spot weakness, can put in some work. I'm really debating between Heavy Blade and Feel No Pain here. Because we do have this kind of power through second wind thing going on. And we have a couple one-time use cards that'll exhaust. Let's go for a Feel No Pain. Sure. I feel like I'm leaning too heavily on like being able to pull spot weakness on a turn where it matters. Shockwave plus. Okay. Let's immediately pop the regen. Let's get Anger. Let's get Feel No Pain up and running. and heavy blade. Feel no pain. I could also double up with dual wield. Not a bad idea. Not super useful yet, but if we get more exhaustive synergy, then yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, well, put that away for later. Not quite. Oh, I should have blocked. I forgot I had an extra energy after that. I was like, yeah, I played 3 cards. Okay. Now we're talking. I'm perfectly content with just getting 2 berserks off there and calling that good. Because 5 energy is probably going to be enough for like most of our turns here. I have not actually gained any strength here. But, you know, still a decent amount of damage once vulnerable gets factored in. Okay, now we power through. Let's try to get this guy out of here. Now we've got 2 wounds floating around. Let's just do a hit and get those out of here. This is going much better than the last boss fight, by the way. I mean, as if I had to point that out, but yeah, sometimes you get a run like that where it's like, it's got some potential, it's got some sauce, and then you enter like one fight that you're just not quite prepared for enough, and it all falls apart. So still did not get a single spot weakness off during that whole exchange. Finally, now I can really kill these 2 health slimes. Sick. Okay, we don't need demon form. Or do we? Hear me out. Demon form on its own, usually kind of a trap because it costs your entire energy to play. But with the whole berserk cloning thing we've got going on, maybe there will be a chance to play it and it won't eat up our entire energy reserves. I think Fiend Fire is not terrible here because it does have a little bit of exhaust synergy. Obviously, we don't need another berserk. But Demon Form would give us a slightly more reliable way of gaining strength. And I am not opposed to that. So we'll roll with it. Whenever you lose HP, draw 1 card. Unique to Ironclad, I think. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand or double the effectiveness of potions. I really like the card draw, personally. I think Runic Pyramid is good if you are not trying to use Second Wind effectively, because then you will inevitably end up with a hand with skills that you do not want to exhaust. Okay, let's plan out our route here. I already see kind of like going up this way, getting this double campfire, getting this double elite, hitting the shop. Yeah, I like that. Let's do it. Okay. I like dual wield with Feel No Pain here. And then we just power through. Don't get a chance to play Second Wind with it, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, let's get Berserk up this turn because at least he's not doing a multi-hit on this turn. We'll save Demon Form for later. Now we have Demon Form for later. I still don't think it's necessarily like the optimal move because we've got Spot Weakness and Shockwave to play. But that's okay. Next time Demon Form rolls around, maybe. $26 damage. At that 39 damage. Jesus. Okay, so it's not quite enough to kill, actually, which is a shame. I think we power through. Do we power through Demon Form? I think Demon Form is overkill at this point. And we can just get away with doing a Spot Weakness. And then a strike, and then we just play you because we can. Not that I think it will necessarily come into effect right now. And whoa, would you look at that? Metallicize is also interesting for its dual wielding potential. If anything, I just need more dual wields. Now I think is a good time to upgrade dual wield. Okay, so we don't get the chance to stack either of these here. I do think it would be wise to play both of them, though. Metallicize just gives us block for free at the end of every turn, which is awesome. Shockwave, not actually going to do anything here, weirdly enough. I don't mind sacrificing the Berserk with Second Wind here, just so I can full block this. Call me crazy. Yeah, this guy starts with 3 artifacts, so Shockwave doesn't do anything. He hits with multi-hits like all the freaking time, so I don't think adding Vulnerable is going to be at any point viable. Power through here is a fantastic pull. And then we can play that. It's weird. Like, the pieces are almost together for this deck to be really good. They're just not quite there yet. I really need to thin out my strike and defend cards because they're just not doing me any favors, to be honest. Really good turn for Second Wind. Second Wind fans eating right now. If you play Slay the Spire, what's your favorite card in the game? Let me know in the comments. But just dual wield anger and win here, right? Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so not necessarily a great first couple outings for demon form, but I swear it will be useful at some point. I'm gonna pop my strength potion here because I hate this thing. This guy sucks. I'm just gonna play the Feel No Pain. I could play Metallicize. Well, okay, I'm playing Metallicize no matter what, I guess. The real question is, do I play Berserk this turn and eat the hit so I can draw Demon Form and probably be able to play it next turn? I think so. But that is not a small amount of damage here. But now we get this on a status turn, so Demon Form away, baby. We will keep Shockwave for next turn. We definitely play Shockwave here. No doubt about it. I think we exhaust, dual wield, and defend. Just so we can full block. Keep in mind that once Demon Form is active, if you can full block on a turn, it's not necessarily a bad idea, because it's not like you're fully sacrificing your offense, you're like building it up for later, is how I think of it. And granted, sometimes the enemies you fight do that as well, and so that can be a little bit of a risky game if you can't get strong enough fast enough. But yeah, on enemies that don't like scale or whatever, totally fine. Dark Embrace is good. However, I would very much like to upgrade it. Terrible turn to pull Spot Weakness. Literally the only turn that these guys will not be attacking me. But it is what it is, I guess. His power is unmatched. I've never seen that text box before. That's really funny. Boom. Take that. Okay, power through. Should almost be a full block next turn, actually. Okay. Wow, we've got some sauce in play now. Yeah, so we power through. We War Cry so we can draw Demon Form next turn, because that ain't happening right now. And then we kill that Birdman. I think Metallicize is the play. Okay, we get dual wield Berserk, which is awesome. Get War Cry. Let's put off Demon Form for later. Let's play 2 Berserks here, and then let's second wind the last one. A little bit of extra second wind ammunition. These guys are really starting to get pretty strong, so that is worrying. But Demon Form is active now. I can get... Now we can get going. Yeah, this deck is taking a little bit too long to pick up steam. Too many things have to go right. Never plan on things going right in this game. Always plan on things going wrong. We power through, we keep the vulnerable up. Should be able to kill him next turn. Depends on what I draw. I am short by... No, actually I'm not, because I forgot about the vulnerable. Yeah, no, we're good. Bloodletting is really good here, actually. We pull Bloodletting Demon Form, like we're kind of set. Dark Embrace is now like practical to play. That's awesome. I think we rest at the next campsite. And we actually take the question mark here. It's an enemy anyways, who cares? Okay, well, I am drinking the blood potion. Okay, we pulled Berserk right away. That's nice. Let's pull Heavy Blade for next turn, I guess. Snecko, gonna randomize the cost of all of the cards in my hand. Heavy Blade ends up costing the same anyway, so it does not matter. I don't love either of those, to be honest. Let's just go all-out offense here. See if we can't blitz this guy down before he becomes a problem. Well, this is just an incredibly impractical hand. We can exhaust all those, which is nice. Man, Snecko is doing damage to me, I'm not gonna lie. One cost demon form, though. That's kind of cool. Don't see that very often. Let's just play a couple of those. We'll just see. I'm not feeling too good about my odds at this point. Okay, what do we have here? We've got... Yeah. Pummel is insanely good with strength stacking. Let's take a little nap. Blood Vial is definitely something. I think actually we go up this way. Hit up the shop with our almost 500 gold. If we can make it there. Because I don't feel like I match up particularly well against Book of Stabbing. The one thing I really have going for me here against this fight is Runic Cube, which will activate every single multi-hit that he hits me with. So on that side of things, I feel relatively comfortable, but ooh, I didn't think about the Bloodletting Runic Cube synergy. That's kind of crazy, actually. I like that. In case you missed it, Bloodletting makes us lose HP, and in exchange we gain 2 energy. And because we lost HP, Runic Cube also made us draw a card. So, very helpful. Good timing. I think we Warcry. We get rid of Berserk. Berserk is not gonna work here, like ever. I could play Shockwave to kind of nerf the multi-hits, which I don't hate. Yeah. It's not awesome, but it's kind of the best I've got right now. I know I just said that this was never going to work, but it might work. Now we're only taking 4 damage. I don't really want to dual wield demon form, so we're just gonna leave that one alone. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we win these. No, we do not. Not even close. Okay, well. I like how you can see the cards that we drew there. Just kind of funny. Not super practical, but you know, it's something. Yeah, that was it for Slay the Spire, I guess. Thank you all very much for joining. Hopefully our upload schedule will smooth out at some point in the near future. Life has just been crazy recently, but yeah, hopefully you will see us next Friday as well for another Roguelike Roulette. Also, join us Monday. We're playing Dark Souls Remastered still. And exclusively for the month of October, we are uploading a second Let's Play of Luigi's Mansion on Wednesdays. So if any of that interests you as well, feel free to check it out. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.